All right, this is the clarinet and saxophone video for how to put a reed onto your mouthpiece and also basic embouchure. Okay, so the reed is one of the most important pieces of equipment you have. So it vibrates and creates the sound. Always handled by the base or the rails, the sides. The tip is very fragile and you should never touch it because it could crack and then break down and then the reed will be no good. So always want to make sure it's nice and saturated. You want to soak it up, so you're going to keep it in the mouth. All right, you got to be very careful. You're not slamming it against your teeth or breaking it in any way. Okay, so be very careful with it. I have the clarinet mouthpiece here. Saxophone is going to be exactly the same, except a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'll use this as my demonstration. This is the flat part of the mouthpiece. You're holding in your left hand, just like so, with your thumb resting against the flat part of the mouthpiece, just like that. Okay? The ligature has a big end and a small end. It also has screws. Typically, the screws go on the side with the reed or the bottom. The big side will go onto the mouthpiece first. The small side won't. Big side will go on. If you put the small side on first, it doesn't go all the way on. The big side goes on first with the screws going on the flat side. Okay. Take out the reed, handling by the rails. Place onto the mouthpiece, just like so. You want to line the tip up and the rails so that it is even. Now I'm handling here, very important, handling here by the rails and by the base. I can hold that reed on with my thumb while holding the mouthpiece. So now my right hand can use the ligature. I simply take the ligature, the big end first, and I'm going to put it on. Now this is, be very careful, you don't hit the reed here. This is where a lot of reeds get damaged because it gets hit by the ligature. Slide it down. Make sure that the ligature is loose enough so it goes all the way on. If you find that your ligature is so tight that it doesn't even slide on, like so, simply loosen until it goes all the way on. How do I know if it's all the way on? Well, there is a little ledge here that will start to taper to the tip of the mouthpiece. You need to go past that. As long as you're past that by a little bit, you're all the way on. Again, make sure that we're lined up. So this, that's crooked. That's crooked. That's too high. Well, that's too low. So just like Goldilocks, I'm going to wiggle it up using the rails. Also, I can use my thumb here to push it up and down and wiggle it into its rightful spot. So now it is lined up perfectly, left and right, up and down. Just line up with the tip, and I'm going to tighten the screws, making sure that the reed doesn't move when I tighten the screws. If it does, I need to readjust. Make sure that they're firm, not tight that you're hurting the reed, but still firm. And there you go. You can look at the side, see that it's lined up. See it's lined up here, straight up and down, just like that. Okay, now for the embouchure, which will be actually in the next video. So make sure that you know how to put your reed on properly. That's a very important step. And if you keep your reeds in good condition, it will last a very long time.